But we begin with the president's crackdown on illegal immigration. He signed the Laken-Riley Act today, named for a Georgia woman murdered by an undocumented immigrant. It says an immigrant who is in this country illegally and commits a violent crime or theft must be held in detention until trial.
Mr. Trump also said he will open a detention center at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, for as many as 30,000 criminal immigrants whose home countries won't take them back.
Some of the immigrants who enter this country illegally are being helped in by U.S. citizens. It is a business. And Adam Yamaguchi got a look at how it works.
We drove overnight to a safe house near the southern border in New Mexico to meet a woman who just hours ago arrived on U.S. soil illegally. Why are you here?
Buscando una vida mejor.
You want a better life. This woman says she was desperate to escape the violence in Zacatecas, Mexico. She paid smugglers over $15,000 to get here. By morning, she'll be dropped off at her final destination elsewhere in the U.S. We learned her journey was facilitated by a network of Americans smuggling people from across the nearly 2,000-mile-long stretch of the southern border, deep into the country.
Americans were doing this. We're the ones who are taking them across.
We got an inside look at the operation with the man who smuggled her. He agreed to speak with us only if we masked his identity. How many people have you moved?
I would say close to 500.
500. This man, who we're calling Joe, was born and raised right here in the Southwest. First, he gets sent a location by a smuggling organization.
I get GPS sent to me, come out here, and we get in my vehicle, and then we head on out. Start the truck, go straight, turn right.
After migrants cross into the U.S. illegally with the help of the cartels, Joe meets them.
We're going to a motel that was used as, a place to help illegal immigrants stay and live there for a few days before they would catch rides to go up north.
There's a guy that's kind of looking around. So these hotels and motels across the region are used to stash migrants?
Oh, yeah. Definitely, all the time.
These are the types of places you use?
I've used before.
Most Americans who watch this are going to say that you were part of the problem. You are getting enriched off the backs of people. You are part of this cartel-run operation. People are pissed about this.
They are. Is it wrong? Yeah, a lot of people think it's wrong. I try to say, I'm doing something right to help a family out, trying to get away from that poverty, that violence, that danger in Mexico to get to their family here in the United States.
Joe told us he lost his job during the pandemic. This is about money. He says he makes about $2,000 for every person he helps into the U.S. and sometimes moves 6 people a week.
These are wire transfers from the illegal migrants you've moved. $1,500, $1,500, $2,500. Wow, this is a lot of money.
Yeah.
As the U.S. steps up enforcement, the cost per migrant jumps up.
Yeah, they're getting ready to spike up right away. It's going to get a lot worse than what anyone else has ever seen.
Adam, Joe said that things are going to get worse. Have things changed in the Trump administration?
Yeah, so I just got off the phone with Joe, and he said that in the early days of the Trump administration, the going rate for moving people, smuggling people across the border and across America has more than doubled, and in some cases, it's even tripled. He also says that he was drawn into this line of work by a buddy of his, and he himself knows of 20 other guys, of Americans who are willing to take on these jobs.
Adam, for the migrant in your piece, why did you pick this guy, Joe, to bring her over here? How'd that work out?
Well, she says that she tried to get into the country legally. She applied for asylum. She was denied, and so she turned to smugglers, which she says really was the only other choice. And she says that if she were to be deported, she'd turn right back around and do it again.
What about Joe? Is he worried about getting arrested for doing this kind of work?
Yeah, we talked quite a bit about that, and yes, he is fearful of being arrested. He expects the government to throw the book at him, but he seemed far more afraid of the people he works for. This is the cartels that are running this operation.
Adam, do you have any sense of how many other Joes are out there, Americans doing this?
You know, it's hard to say because all this happens under the cover of darkness, but he did tell us that he knows of people just like him across the entire stretch of the U.S.-Mexico border.
Okay, Adam Yamaguchi really got our attention with that one. Thanks so much.